The uncertainty of waiting can be one of life's most challenging experiences. Often, we find ourselves in situations where we ardently desire answers, changes, or a sign that everything will be okay. This feeling of being in limbo, caught between what we want and what we have, can be distressing. With each passing day, anxiety may grow, and doubt can lead us to question our faith and inner strength. However, it's important to remember that this waiting, although uncomfortable, can bring valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. While we wait, it's common to experience an emotional roller coaster. Moments of hope and expectation are often followed by periods of discouragement and frustration. You may catch yourself repeatedly dwelling on your worries, imagining future scenarios that often don't materialize. In these moments, uncertainty can become a heavy burden, leading to doubt about your ability to overcome challenges. However, it is essential to recognize that waiting is part of life's process and can shape us in ways we cannot predict. Waiting is not merely about inaction or stagnation. In fact, it is an active period of introspection and reflection. When faced with uncertainty, we have the opportunity to turn inward and examine our motivations, desires, and values. Questions like, what do I really want? And why is this important to me? May arise, leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. This is a chance to grow, even when it feels like we are standing still. It's also important to remember that the uncertainty of waiting can strengthen our relationships. When we share our struggles and uncertainties with friends and loved ones, we create deeper bonds. They can offer support and encouragement, helping us through this difficult time. Additionally, these interactions can teach us about empathy and understanding, as we all face moments of uncertainty at some point in our lives. Ultimately, the uncertainty of waiting is a call for patience and trust. While we cannot control the timing, we can choose how to respond to it. By cultivating an attitude of acceptance and trust, we can find peace even in the midst of the storm. Therefore, as you navigate uncertainty, remember that waiting can be a sacred space for growth and transformation, where faith and hope intertwine, preparing us for what is to come. The cry of the heart is a profound expression of our deepest longings. In moments of anguish and uncertainty, this cry becomes a silent plea for love, peace, and understanding. It is when we confront challenging situations that our hearts manifest, revealing what we truly desire and need. This cry is not just a request for help. It is a quest for connection. Often, we express our needs through prayers, meditations, or deep reflections. When we articulate what troubles us, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable. This vulnerability is essential for personal and spiritual growth. By acknowledging our emotions, we create space for healing. It's common to feel lost or helpless during periods of waiting. Uncertainty can bring forth doubts about the future and about ourselves. In these moments, The cry of the heart becomes a powerful tool. It helps us channel our feelings, allowing what is within us to manifest in meaningful ways. It is a way to connect with something greater, seeking purpose amid chaos. The cry can manifest in various forms. For some, it translates into words of prayer. For others, it may be an inner scream or an artistic expression. What matters is recognizing that this cry is valid and necessary. It is the voice of our soul asking for attention and care. When we listen to this voice, we become more aware of our needs and desires, helping us navigate difficulties. Furthermore, the cry of the heart also unites us. When we share our struggles, we create a safe space for others to feel comfortable doing the same. This exchange of experiences reminds us that we are not alone in our journeys. We all go through moments of uncertainty and pain, and this human connection is essential for our well-being. Finally, when you feel the cry of your heart, do not ignore it. Allow yourself to feel and express those desires. This cry is an essential part of your journey, guiding you toward transformation and healing. By listening to your heart, you open yourself up to new possibilities and to the beauty that can arise even in the most challenging circumstances. Waiting is an inevitable part of life, and although it is often uncomfortable, it carries a deep purpose. In moments of uncertainty, it is easy to lose sight of what this waiting can teach us. However, reflecting on the purpose of waiting can transform our perspective and help us find meaning even in the most difficult situations. One of the main purposes of waiting is learning. During this period, we are invited to get to know ourselves better. Patience becomes a virtue to be cultivated. Waiting teaches us how to deal with our emotions, confronts us with our anxieties, and challenges us to develop resilience. Each day of waiting can turn into an opportunity for personal and spiritual growth, leading us to reflect on what we truly value in life. Moreover, waiting often serves as a time of preparation. Just as a seed needs time to germinate before it blooms, we too need space to prepare for what is to come. This time allows us to reflect on our goals and desires, review our priorities, and align our actions with our deepest purposes. It is a moment to fine-tune our intentions and strengthen our faith. Another important dimension of the purpose of waiting is connection with others. When we are in a waiting period, we may feel isolated. But it is precisely in these moments that empathy and understanding can blossom. Sharing our experiences with friends and family can remind us that we are not alone. This enables us to build deeper relationships and solidify bonds that can be essential in times of need. Finally, waiting teaches us about the importance of trust. Trusting in God's timing or the process of life is a challenge, but it is also a form of liberation. When we learn to trust, we stop worrying excessively about the future and start living in the present. This trust helps us accept uncertainty as part of our journey, allowing us to live with more lightness and gratitude. Therefore, as we face waiting, it is essential to remember that it has a purpose. It is a time of learning, preparation, connection, and trust. Instead of seeing waiting as an obstacle, we can view it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery, trusting that, at the right moment, the answers and changes we seek will manifest. Growing in adversity is one of life's most valuable lessons. Although facing difficulties is challenging and often painful, it is precisely in these moments of struggle that we can discover the strength and resilience that reside within us. Adversity, in its essence, is not just an obstacle. It is also an opportunity for transformation and personal growth. When we encounter challenges, we are forced to step out of our comfort zone. This stepping out can be uncomfortable, but it is also where true change occurs. During difficult times, we have the chance to examine our beliefs, values, and priorities. Questions like, what really matters to me, and how can I adapt to this situation, may arise, leading us to a deeper self-awareness. This reflection allows us to redefine our goals and align our actions with what is most meaningful in our lives. Additionally, adversity teaches us about the importance of patience and perseverance. Often, the desired outcomes do not appear immediately, and it is during these moments that we learn to wait and trust the process. Every step we take, even if small, brings us closer to our goals. Persistence in the face of difficulties strengthens our character and prepares us to face new challenges in the future. Adversity can also connect us more deeply with others. When we face struggles, we have the opportunity to seek support and solidarity. This connection with friends, family, or even strangers who share similar experiences can be profoundly encouraging. The empathy that arises in moments of difficulty creates stronger bonds and reminds us that we are not alone in our battles. Finally, growth in adversity often gives us a new perspective on life. As we overcome challenges, we learn to appreciate the small victories and practice gratitude. Each difficult experience can transform into a lesson that makes us wiser and more compassionate. Thus, instead of allowing ourselves to be consumed by pain, we can choose to see adversity as a pathway to resilience and inner strength. In summary, growth in adversity is a necessary journey that shapes and transforms us. By facing life's challenges with courage and determination, we discover not only who we are but also who we can become. In every difficulty, there is an opportunity to grow and flourish, even in the darkest circumstances. Patience is a virtue often underestimated in our fast-paced society. We live in a world where instant gratification has become the norm, and waiting is often seen as a waste of time. However, cultivating patience is essential for our personal and spiritual growth, especially in times of uncertainty and adversity. The importance of patience lies in its ability to teach us how to deal with frustration and anxiety. When faced with challenging situations, the tendency is to want immediate results. However, patience invites us to slow down and reflect on what we are truly seeking. It is in this waiting space that we can discover new perspectives and creative solutions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Furthermore, patience is a way to strengthen our resilience. Every time we practice patience, we are training our minds and hearts to handle uncertainty. This practice teaches us that not everything is under our control and that there is a time for everything. Learning to accept this is an important step toward inner peace. When we allow ourselves to wait, we create space for personal and spiritual growth. This waiting time helps us prepare for the changes to come, allowing us to receive the blessings that life has to offer. Patience also plays a crucial role in our relationships. In interactions with friends, family, and colleagues, the ability to be patient can prevent misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. Patience teaches us to listen to others more attentively, to understand their perspectives, and to respond with empathy. This not only strengthens bonds, but also creates an environment of respect and understanding. Lastly, patience is a testament to our faith and trust in the process of life. By trusting that everything happens in its right time, we are able to release the pressure we often place on ourselves. This allows us to live with more lightness and gratitude, appreciating the present rather than constantly worrying about the future. In summary, patience is a valuable skill that should be cultivated. It is a reminder that growth and transformation often take time. By practicing patience, we not only become more resilient, but also open ourselves to the beauty and lessons that life has to offer at every stage of our journey. In an increasingly noisy world filled with distractions, moments of silence become precious. They are essential for our emotional and spiritual well-being, offering a necessary space for reflection and self-discovery. In the rush of daily life, we often forget the importance of stopping, breathing, and simply listening to what is within us. Moments of silence provide us with an opportunity to connect with our deepest thoughts and emotions. Often, external commotion prevents us from perceiving our true concerns and desires. By allowing ourselves to be silent, we can ask meaningful questions like, what truly matters to me? And how can I deal with my current challenges? This self-assessment is vital for our growth, as it helps us make decisions more aligned with our values. Additionally, silence is a powerful ally in spiritual connection. In various spiritual traditions, meditation and silent prayer are fundamental practices. In these moments of tranquility, we can feel the presence of the divine and the inner guidance we often seek outside ourselves. Silence invites us to open our hearts and minds, allowing inner wisdom to manifest. This helps us trust our intuition more and feel more centered in our lives. The moments of silence are also essential for the development of patience. In a society that values speed, learning to be silent is an act of resistance. This practice teaches us that not everything needs to be rushed, and that there is beauty in simply existing in the present moment. By cultivating patience, we become more resilient in the face of difficulties. Moreover, silence is fertile ground for creativity. When our minds are free from distractions, we can allow new ideas and inspirations to emerge. Many notable artists and thinkers have found their best ideas during moments of quiet. Therefore, setting aside time for moments of silence is a gift we give ourselves. It is an invitation to reflect, connect, and grow. Amidst the chaos, these moments of peace allow us to hear our inner voices and find the clarity we so desperately need. By valuing silence, we cultivate a more balanced, creative, and meaningful life. Trusting in God's timing is one of the most significant challenges on our spiritual journey. In a world that values instant gratification, it is easy to feel frustrated when things do not happen as we wish. However, it is crucial to remember that divine timing does not necessarily align with our perception of time. Learning to trust this rhythm can transform our lives in profound ways. Trusting in God's timing involves recognizing that every phase of life has a greater purpose. Every challenge and moment of waiting has meanings that we often cannot understand immediately. This trust invites us to accept that there are forces beyond our comprehension. Even in times of uncertainty, God is working in our favor, shaping our lives in ways that, in many cases, we will only realize later. An important aspect of trusting in divine timing is practicing patience. Patience is not just waiting. It is maintaining a positive attitude while we wait. This practice teaches us to see beauty in the present, even when we are anxious for change. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools that help us calm our minds and strengthen our connection to our faith. They remind us that we are not alone and that divine help is always within our reach. Moreover, trusting in God's timing teaches us to value the lessons that arise during the wait. Often, what we consider a delay can be an opportunity to grow and learn. It is during these periods that we develop qualities such as resilience, empathy, and wisdom. Upon reflecting on our experiences, we realize that although answers may not come immediately, they become even more meaningful when they finally arrive. This act of trust also implies letting go of control. Often, we try to force situations to happen our way and in our time. Surrendering our worries to God can relieve the pressure and allow us to live more fully in the present. This surrender does not mean giving up on our dreams, but rather trusting that a better path is being paved for us. In summary, trusting in God's timing is an invitation to cultivate patience, embrace learning during waits, and let go of control. By doing so, we find peace and confidence on our journey, knowing that each step is guided by infinite love and wisdom. Developing faith is an ongoing and deeply personal process essential for enriching our spiritual lives. Faith should not be seen as a passive belief, but as an active practice that requires reflection, action, and sincere commitment. In times of difficulty and uncertainty, it can be challenging to maintain faith, but cultivating this trust can provide us with strength and hope. One of the first steps in developing faith is the practice of prayer. Prayer is a dialogue with God, where we express our concerns, gratitude, and desires. In praying, we not only ask for help, but also open ourselves to listening and receiving guidance. This act of communication strengthens our spiritual connection and helps us feel the divine presence in our lives. Another effective way to develop faith is through reading and reflecting on sacred texts. Books like the Bible are filled with stories of people who faced challenges and maintained their faith. By studying these passages, we find inspiration and examples of perseverance. These narratives remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that faith can guide us in difficult times. Participating in a spiritual community is also essential. Being surrounded by people who share similar beliefs offers support and encouragement. The exchange of experiences and testimonies strengthens our own faith and provides us with the courage needed to face challenges. In moments of doubt, community support can be a vital source of hope and renewal. Moreover, the development of faith involves a process of continuous learning. It is normal that at certain times we may feel that our faith is being tested. Being kind to oneself is essential, as faith can fluctuate. Seeking help, whether through spiritual counseling or sincere conversations with friends, can be an effective way to rekindle the flame of faith. Ultimately, developing faith requires practice and patience. By facing difficulties with a mindset of learning and acceptance, we begin to perceive spiritual growth. Each challenge can become an opportunity to strengthen our faith and deepen our understanding of what it means to trust in God. In summary, developing faith is an invitation to cultivate meaningful relationships with God, with others, and with oneself. Through prayer, study, community, and patience, we can strengthen our faith and find deeper meaning in our lives. Preparation for the answer is a fundamental aspect of the life of faith. Often, when praying or seeking guidance, we expect an immediate response. However, understanding that the preparation for that response is as vital as the response itself can transform our spiritual experience. First, it is essential to cultivate an attitude of expectation. When approaching God, we should do so with an open heart and a receptive mind. This means being willing to listen rather than just speak. The answer we seek may not be what we imagine. Therefore, being open to different possibilities leads us to surprising paths. This expectation creates a fertile environment for divine communication to occur, helping us to perceive signs and opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. Furthermore, preparation requires self-knowledge and reflection. By examining our motivations and desires, we can better understand what we are truly seeking in our prayers. This introspection allows us to align our expectations with God's purpose, helping us to discern between what we want and what we really need. Questioning our intentions is a powerful step in preparing for the answer. Patience is also an essential part of this process. Often, answers do not come immediately, and this can be challenging. During the wait, cultivating patience is crucial, remembering that God has a greater plan that we cannot see. This patience teaches us to trust in divine timing and to develop the resilience necessary to face adversities. Finally, preparation for the answer also includes action. As we wait for a response, it is crucial to be ready to act when the opportunity arises. This means being attentive to the directions we receive and acting accordingly, even if it requires courage or sacrifice. God often answers us through the actions we need to take or the changes we need to make in our lives. In summary, preparation for the answer involves cultivating an attitude of expectation, engaging in internal reflection, practicing patience, and being ready to act. By embracing this process, we strengthen our connection with God and become more able to receive the answers He has for us. This preparation enriches our spiritual experience and transforms us into effective instruments of His will. Waiting can be one of the most challenging periods in our spiritual journey, but it is also filled with valuable rewards. Often, as we face uncertainty and anxiety about the future, it is easy to forget the blessings that may arise from this process. Recognizing that there is a reward in waiting helps us remain steadfast in faith and trust in God. One of the most significant rewards of waiting is personal growth. During this time, we are led to reflect on our lives, examine our desires, and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. This process of self-discovery can make us stronger and more resilient, preparing us for what is to come. As we face challenges, we learn to trust in our abilities and in divine providence, strengthening our character and our faith. Furthermore, waiting teaches us to value the blessings we receive. Often, in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we can become insensitive to the small joys and opportunities that life offers. In periods of waiting, we learn to be grateful for every step along the way. This gratitude transforms our perspective, allowing us to see the beauty in simple moments and bringing us closer to God. Another important aspect of the reward of waiting is the clarity it provides. Amid uncertainty, God works in our hearts and minds, shaping us so that we can better understand His plans. What may initially seem like a negative response or a lack of response can reveal itself as guidance toward a path more aligned with our divine purposes. Waiting offers us the opportunity to discern and understand what is truly important in our lives. Finally, waiting often culminates in blessings that exceed our expectations. When we remain steadfast in faith, trusting that God is in control, we discover that the answers He offers us are better than we could have imagined. These blessings are not limited to immediate responses, but can include new opportunities, enriching relationships, and lasting inner peace. In summary, waiting is an essential part of our spiritual journey, and its rewards are abundant. By cultivating patience and gratitude, we prepare ourselves to receive the blessings that God has in store for us. Keep the faith and be ready to embrace the rewards that come with waiting. We come to a moment of transition where waiting finally transforms into a new beginning. This is a time of renewal and new opportunities, where the lessons learned during the journey prepare us for what lies ahead. The end of one phase and the beginning of another can feel daunting, but it is essential to remember that each new beginning is a chance to start over with more wisdom and faith. When facing a new beginning, it is important to let go of what no longer serves us. This may include fears, insecurities, and even relationships that do not contribute to our growth. By shedding what holds us back, we make space for God to bring new blessings and experiences. Each new beginning is, in fact, an opportunity to reinvent ourselves and rediscover our true essence. In this moment of transition, we should embrace change with hope and courage. It is natural to feel a certain apprehension in the face of the unknown, but it is precisely in this space that God acts. He calls us to trust that, despite the challenges, He is by our side, guiding our steps. Each new day brings the possibility of new discoveries and achievements, as long as we maintain faith in His promises. A new phase is also a chance for spiritual growth. By allowing ourselves to move forward, we strengthen our relationship with God and learn to trust Him even more. This growth can manifest in forms of service to others, the development of our skills, or the pursuit of a greater purpose in our lives. Each new experience brings us closer to the divine plan He has for us. As we bid farewell to this waiting phase, may we enter this new chapter with gratitude for all that we have learned. May we look to the future with hope, confident that God is preparing something special. This is the time to anchor ourselves in new horizons and welcome all that lies ahead. In conclusion, remember that each new beginning is a disguised blessing. It is an opportunity to grow, love, and serve. As we move forward, may we keep our hearts open and our spirits lifted, ready to receive what God has in store for us. May your journey be filled with light, love, and new discoveries. We are together on this journey, and may each step take us closer to the purpose He has for us.